They're not even trying to hide how political this is.
I want to thank this phenomenal prosecution team, embodying the finest traditions of this office: professionalism, integrity, dedication, and service. They are model public servants.
You see that little shrimpy guy on the right? Well, wait, did he say public service? See that little shrimpy guy there? Okay, that's Matthew Colangelo, okay, former top DOJ official. Public servant, well, they're serving Joe Biden and his goons. But it's a very curious thing how you would leave a top job at the DOJ, where you're very senior in the federal government, to go back to New York DA's office. Usually go the other way. So what's up here? Joining us now, who's a man who wants some answers, Jim Jordon, demanding that the pair of them, Bragg and Colangelo, testify before the House Weaponization Subcommittee on June 13th. They want to give Trump deadlines, Congressman. You're giving them one. What question do you want to ask them?
Yeah. Well, it's time to keep our foot on the gas because we know how political this whole thing is. All these cases, how political they are. But Matthew Colangelo, he worked first. What just said he started with the Justice Department, Laura? He worked for Letitia James. So he's in New York. He comes to the Justice Department, #3 position in the Biden Justice Department, then goes back to New York to work for Alvin Bragg and was the lead prosecutor in the Trump case. So we'd like to know what kind of conversations, what kind of information, what went on between you and the Justice Department and or the White House while you were here or when you were back in New York. And then with Alvin Bragg, never forget that Alvin Bragg said once he got the job, he campaigned on going after Trump. But once he got the job, he realized what a ridiculous case this was. And he said, quote, "I cannot envision a world where I would indict President Trump and call Michael Cohen as a prosecution witness." But that's exactly what Alvin Bragg ended up doing. But he didn't do that until after President Trump announced he was running for president, which I think just underscores how political this thing is. So we'd like to ask Alvin Bragg, what prompted you to change your mind? Was it simply the political pressure? And we'd like to ask Mr. Colangelo about his interactions with the Justice Department and or the White House.
Well, do you have any information to indicate that Colangelo was stupid enough to be in constant contact or even intermittent contact with his old friends at DOJ as this was all going down?
We don't, but look, we think in light of how bad this is, in light of Jack Smith, remember this too. Jack Smith doesn't get appointed special counsel in these federal cases until 3 days after President Trump announces he's running for office. And Fani Willis doesn't bring her charges until after President Trump announces he's running for president. So we think they're all political. We think they're all in coordination, all run by the Democrat Party, all involved in the Democrat Party, I should say. So we got lots of questions we'd like to ask. And, you know, I think the American people deserve some answers. And frankly, our constitutional duty is to do oversight. And we're going to do that consistent with the Constitution, but we're going to do it as aggressive as we can.
Alina Baba was saying earlier on the show, Congressman, that she believes that the Obama people, some of the former top people in the Obama administration, might have some involvement in how this lawfare has been conducted. Do you agree with her?
Well, I don't know, but what I do know is 2 days ago there was a story saying the Biden Justice Department was in negotiations with Peter Strzok and Lisa Page on some settlement agreement because Lisa Page and Peter Strzok were upset that their text messages got public. So they're in some settlement. They're going to get some money, and then a day later we get President Trump convicted up and found guilty on this ridiculous trial up in New York. If that doesn't demonstrate the double standard, I mean, remember Strzok and Page had been after President Trump clear back in 2016 when they spied on his campaign. So I don't know the direct answer to that question. What I do know is there's two standards.
It's all of a piece. Congressman, thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.